What does Nibbāna look like? Huh? What does Nibbāna look like? You ask me, how do I know? Go and experience it yourself. No. All right. Now, since you talk about Nibbāna, okay. Now, in the past few days, in the past few talks, we've been dwelling a little bit on the Nibbāna and enlightenment because of we are talking on the equanimity. I think that some of you also have been following the Dhamma talks, from Zoom or from Facebook or from YouTube. So I've been following it, at least roughly what I've been talking about, in the past few talks. So we have been touching on Nibbāna here and there, and then path friction that takes Nibbāna as an object. Now again here, when one experiences Nibbāna, now the Buddha used the epithet for Nibbāna or the terms for Nibbāna in many ways. Sometimes there is a compilation of all the names for Nibbāna, compiled from the suttas, Abhidhamma, everything. They compile everything. They got over like 40 over names for it, 40 terms of Nibbāna. For example, they give you a few example like deathlessness, no death. Yeah. No birth also, no deathlessness and non-birth. I forgot the word. And then also like cessation of dukkha, like in the Third Noble Truth, cessation of dukkha. It gives the word peace. The word peace also is Nibbāna. Khanti or safe, kema, also is the word for this one. Santi sukha, like over here, is mean for Nibbāna actually. The meaning, the meaning that the Buddha used. So there are many terms for it. Many terms for it. Sometimes they use the word non-arising, non-passing away. Also is there. So here, the Nibbāna is like a totally different dimension. When we talk about Nibbāna, it's like the Buddha used the simile of the fish and the turtle. Fish and the turtle is that the fish and the turtle are talking. The fish, the turtle said to the fish, there's such thing as land without water. For the fish is that, what do you mean a place without a land that there's no water? To the fish is that because the fish never go out of water. It's always inside water. So the turtle have gone to the land and also inside water. So the Buddha is something like that. Those who are able to experience Nibbāna is something like that. So no matter how much we describe Nibbāna, then it's totally a different dimension because we are as a Puthujjana. Then here, the experience of Nibbāna is through our own I, me, mine, our craving, our own concept. So no matter how you think about it, conceptualize about it, cannot. You cannot. Just like, for example, if you never taste an apple before, no matter how you're going to describe for the person who never tasted it before, it's impossible. So the same thing, the realization of Nibbāna, it's difficult to describe because it's a very subtle object. But subtle doesn't mean that it's not clear. It is very clear. It's because that your mindfulness and the rest of the factors of enlightenment is so powerful at that time. Every small little thing becomes magnified thoroughly, clearly. So, in other words, even Nibbāna also being seen clearly because of the concentration and so on are supporting observation. Yeah. Now, experience of Nibbāna also like it doesn't come suddenly. Sometimes in our Buddhist texts, sometimes we read about Dharma books and also sometimes people talk about Nibbāna. Suddenly they sit down, pung, and the light come out. Nibbāna liao. No, it doesn't come like that. It doesn't come like that. Nibbāna is a gradual development. It's like all the experiences that what you go through, it on top of each other again. Like all the insights that you go through, it falls on top of each other until your mind is matured enough. Then then all the insights that we've gone through, the development we've gone through, then when your mind is ready, when we see Nibbāna as an object. We call it Nibbāna as an object, unconditional state, amata, non-death, deathless. Because sometimes when you experience it, Buddha used the word because sometimes for some yogis, when they experience it, they see that there is no beginning. No beginning because there's no arising. Just now we talk about characteristic of arising and passing away, right? While you are in samsara, the arising and passing away will never stop. That's why it carries you from one life after another life. The next moment of your next life, the moment that you die here, mentally arises and passes away together when the death consciousness is there. Immediately when it takes place, the first consciousness for your next rebirth is already arising and passing away already. There's no gap there. It's already arising and passing away. But whether what rebirth, we do not know. Let's say we don't worry about it. But there's also arising and passing away. There's no like suddenly you stop, Then you rest for a while and then come on, then arising and passing away again. No, there's no such thing like that. The mind will always arises and passes away non-stop. So don't worry about which rebirth you take place, you become hantu, you become human, whatever. It's just arising and passing away. It's still there. As long as there's arising and passing away, that means there's always dukkha. That means that it arises and passes away. However it arises and passes away, in whatever, as long as there's arising and passing away, there's dukkha. So whenever you see there's dukkha, whenever you see this arising and passing away, because every time when you go into vipassana, the more that you go deeper, the more you see arising and passing away, and only arising and passing away. There's no stop. No? Even sometimes, some yogis, they meditate, let's say, suddenly, at one time, there's no arising and passing away. They, no, here. And then after that, it starts all over again, arising. Then suddenly, they go and look nothing. Kawa boy, sudah sampai. Then, still not yet, because sometimes consciousness can go a little bit more subtle. Then if the yogi builds up more mindfulness again, then this time, even the gap here, they notice it internally. Inside still got a little bit tiny one, arising and passing away. So in other words, they're still there. Sometimes even the consciousness themselves, there may be a bit of gross consciousness that arises and passes away, and then there's also subtle type of consciousness that's arising and passing away. So you think that there's a gap there, but actually there's none. There still arises and passes away, even in a more subtle manner. Okay? That means there's no stopping. That's the problem with dukkha, the problem with samsara. So until you meditate, and then the mind matures, and then it sees Nibbāna as an object, then that time, because of its apana, because of its absorption, it can able to absorb and truly sees that everything stops. No matter how subtle, there's no subtlety anymore. That's the subtlest of everything already. Then there's no arising about. Then that time, some yogis sees that there is, because there's no arising, no birth is there. Some yogis sees that there is no passing away. Deathlessness is there. Passing as in terms of deathless. So they see that, some people see that there's no arising and passing away. Because of that no arising and passing away, the whole mind comes in the true cessation. That means it sees dukkha stop, cessation of dukkha. Yeah, they see a cessation of dukkha because everything goes into a stop. That is how the Buddha terms it. As I said, the dukkha, like yesterday or the day before that, I said the dukkha is not this pain and that pain only, It's the dukkha is because you see this arising and passing away again and again. Dukkha due to formation. Because that perception of dukkha due to formations are clear to the yogi. So when they see this cessation, this Nibbāna, they see that this is a cessation of dukkha. You see what I mean? Some yogis sees that this is the freedom from all the characteristics. Because previously, before you come in, you see changes impermanent here and there because of due to the formations and everything. But when you experience this Nibbāna, you experience as freedom from this one. So they give it a term, signless liberation. Because the signs of arising and passing away, or the objects and mental bodily formation, they name it this way. So it all depends on how your mind inclined to it. I mean, this is up to a person's personality already. You cannot change that. After all, it's all Nibbāna only. So you don't have to worry which one is better, 搞得好了。you reach there, you're good enough already. So you don't have to worry which one. As long as you keep on progressing, if you keep on noting, it will come to an end one now. Yeah, it's just when I do not know. So something like that. Something like that. So